What's up, Cable Dogs? That was pretty smooth, that opening. Certainly been worse than that. On my levels, yeah, okay. They're alright. I'm jumping up into the yellows. That's alright. I'm going to be shouting anyway, as I usually do. Welcome back to Learn to Write with Mr. Pencil. I don't know if you should be Mr. Pencil. Don't actually know who Mr. Pencil is. Hope I don't get kicked off of Twitch for impersonating Mr. Pencil. No! When Egg's back, we'll get Egg to turn the sound alerts back on. I don't know why they're turned off. Your favourite Mike O? Really? What, over the hunky Mike Oklahoma? Really? Everybody loves Mike Oklahoma. He's the perennial favourite. He's the breakout star of the show. Yeah, I know. I was going to call it Multiverse. I didn't think of the triple M. I was going to call it Multiverse Masterclass. I was going to try and do a double fraud, not only pretend to be Mr. Pencil, but pretend to be endorsed by the Masterclass organisation. But I thought, I cannot get away with that. I don't know. Egg changes the name of her shows all the time. She can get away with not putting the name of the show in the title anymore. But that's because it's the iconic flagship show of Cable 2. I don't know if I have that kind of cultural cachet yet. I don't know if I can get away with that. I hope I can, maybe. We're gonna jump back in. I know I took a week off last week, but it's all right. I'm good now. My meds have started to level out. I'm feeling better than I was. I'm all right. I'm capable of functioning now. I'm slightly more human. I'm not quite. Well, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to become. That's the exciting thing about new meds, isn't it? You don't know who you're going to be. I might not be your favourite Mike O for long. I might be a completely different Mike O by the end of next week. Who knows what butterfly is going to emerge from this strange little cocoon, this chemical chrysalis. Yeah, I'm extra human. I feel extra human. I feel like today, for the first time, it stopped crippling me, the new chemicals, and it's actually given me a boost. I feel a little bit hyperactive today. I'm a little bit excitable. And again, I don't know if that's better. I don't know if that's a good thing. But we will find out. We will find out. I was just so ready to jump into this today. So I'm going to pretend like there was no gap at all, and I'm going to jump straight back into doing some more screenwriting. I was thinking about doing the other idea that we had last week of the Goosebumps book, and I do love that idea, and we are going to do it. But here is the reason I talked myself out of it today, is that I have just got a new word processor. I've just started using Scrivener, and this is not a paid ad, this is not hashtag spons, but I've just started using it, and I think that would be much better than using something like Word or text edit to write our book in. So I want to get to grips with it before we dive into it, so we can do this properly. Because if we're going to become the new RL's Stein, then we should do it as God intends us to do it. We should do it with the proper software. We'll make a full book. So today we're just going to jump back straight into an old reliable, an old favourite. Where's my keyboard? Here's my keyboard. And we're going to jump back onto Final Draft, and we are going to write some more of our movie. We're going to get to a juicy bit now. We've done the classic opening exposition, straight into flashback, straight into modern day goodnight kiss, and we can go anywhere from there. You know, this doesn't have to be lit. This is Tenet. This is Tenet. This is Tenet 2, 2077. And we can. No, we don't need to be back in the countdown. Close up. I've got two scenes next to each other that both start with C. Twennet, yeah, Twennet. This is Twennet, and we can go anywhere. We don't have to stick to any sort of linear thing. We've already, like I said, we've jumped straight back from the present day into a flashback 10 years later on the second page, and now we're on page 4. And who knows what happens in page 4? You know, we're in a sweet spot here because, you know, all those books, you know, Sid Field and Save the Cat and all that. They say you've got about 10 pages till anything needs to happen, right? It's the 10th page where you need the complication, an inciting incident or something. You know, it's around that mark. So we're in a real sweet spot. We've got 6 pages just to chill. This is the bit where you get to know your new friends and you get to play around. So we've got 6 whole pages now where anything can happen. And all of your comments are getting put into it. So, Seth, thank you very much for the jumping off point. Because now we go external. Right. Once again. Okay. External. Backyard. Right. Remember, this is part of the masterclass. When you introduce a new character, a new entity, you have to scream it at the readers, because readers are very, very stupid. And if you don't do that, they won't know what you're talking about. They'll think, well, I haven't seen that name before, but it's written like a normal human being might write someone's name. What could that mean? Exactly. This is art imitating life. Society is art. Society is the canvas. We are the paintbrushes. And experience is the paint. Trauma is charcoal. And love is turpentine. A very large squirrel does a jump off of a diving board into an Olympic. And again, I think I might have brought this up before. Can we use the Olympic? Can you have something be Olympic sized in a film without paying the corporations that own Olympics? Because Olympics is trademarked. I looked into this because on the Lindsay Lohan stream, we talked a lot about the Olympics, and I thought, wonder what the legality of doing a bit of merch to do with this Olympics we've been talking about would be. I looked into it, and apparently you're not allowed. You're not allowed to put Olympics on a t-shirt. You're just not allowed to do it. They block you from doing it. And I don't think that is right. I don't think it's fair. And I'm putting it on the Multiverse calendar. One of our projects will be to get that overturned. We're going to create a new precedent that allows us to use the word Olympics in it. Thank you very much. Let's catch up. Learn to write with Mr. Pencil. Correct. I'm using it, as an adjective. I think you can be an Olympic class something, can't you? An Olympic sized ocean liner. Mount Olympus, I think you can talk about. That's the thing. How can they trademark Olympic? Because Olympic is already an adjective, right? It just describes something that relates to Olympus, relates to the Greek games. So how do they even get away with that? How have they gotten away with that? I mean, it's like Tesla, right? How have they been allowed to just take someone's name? I can create a new car company called Musk, could I? It doesn't seem fair. None of this is fair. And I think things should be more fair. That's the Maiko mantra. Thank you for loving the new scene. Yeah, that's it. There's no. I don't think there's any law against us having Sonic the Hedgehog in our film. So, or maybe, I mean, we've got Zoggy and we've got Frankenstein. I think we can use Frankenstein. I think we agreed on that last time. We could certainly have a very fast hedgehog who loves rings. Just happen to be holding it. I think it's Creative Commons. I'm big into Creative Commons. I know that's a big cause for Arby as well. Making everything uncopyrighted, unpatented, making everything free, artistically, culturally, making everything for everyone. Yeah, Frankenstein's definitely. And again, Frankenstein's just a guy's name. Frankenstein's just a person. We can do Great Gatsby. What is the squirrel's deal? Sorry, I did warn you. I did warn you at the start of this that I've got a strange energy at the moment. So I'm taking all of your notes on board. I've heard you. I've seen you. I've acknowledged you, and I am interpreting it as I wish. What is the squirrel's deal? Let's find out by showing rather than telling. So he does a dive. So this we're taking a detour now. I guess we're going into the interior life of the squirrel. I think someone made a comparison to David Lynch's Rabbits last time we did some script writing, and I think that feels like we're heading in that direction right now. Into an Olympic sized. I didn't even finish that sentence. Swimming pool. I was just going to put pool, but I think I'll be specific. It's a pool that you are supposed to swim in. That is the intent of its construction. That's the intention behind it. A judge. Now, one thing that really popular movies do nowadays is the celebrity cameo, right? It's and I know we've talked about this on the show before, back when I watched Uncut Gems for the first time, many, many months after everyone has stopped talking about it. Every film nowadays has to have one of the characters at least have an inexplicable, intimate relationship with a real life celebrity. Okay, so there was Basketball Man in Uncut Gems. There's Wilson Phillips showing up in Bridesmaids, right? There's other Basketball Man in Trainwreck. That's a thing. Everybody just has to you just have a relationship with it. There's so many things, so many shows, so many movies where somebody has like a poker game with a bunch of things. I think on Castle, which is a show I've never watched, but I'm aware of this. There's a bunch of like real life crime authors that hang out at like a poker game with the fictional crime author from the show. Yeah, Basketball Man. There's two. I think they're two different basketball men, aren't they? But I don't know. Basketball's not a big thing over here, so forgive me if I don't remember which one's which. I can name a couple basketball players, but I couldn't be confident of which one's which. When I actually have to come down to it, so I'm just going to call them Basketball Mans. Yeah, Trainwreck was a big thing because Bill Hader's just pals with a basketball man. So who's our celeb? Yeah, because that's what I'm thinking. Because I've just put a judge, and I think that's got to be someone famous, right? Um, I don't know. I mean, we could go swim wise, right? Phelps. I remember a few years ago, Phelps. There was an idea being floated that Phelps. Simon Cowell was, of course, my first idea when I typed the word judge. That is what got me onto this train. But I don't know if he would be watching a swimming pool thing. Yeah, he's not just in Scoob, he's a pivotal part of the story of Scoob. Uh, yeah, Scoob didn't work for me. Scoob didn't work for me at all. I love Scooby Doo. I'm a big Scooby Doo guy, and it had a lot of potential. I mean, mad first of all that they got rid of all the cast members, apart from Welker. Although they did take away Fred from him, which is such a shit thing to do, and they also they didn't even tell them. Apparently, like I remember Lillard went on social media afterwards, like when it was announced who was playing Shaggy in it, to say, "Oh, cool. So I guess I'm just out of my job now," which I think is really, really bad. I think especially for some of them that had been playing the characters for decades, it's just a really shitty move. And also, it just wasn't very good. It wasn't even a movie about Scooby Doo. They didn't even solve a mystery in it at all. It was just the C2 universe. It was a setup for a shared universe. That was the entire film was just about reintroducing other Hanna-Barbera characters to kids of today, and kids of today don't care about Dick Dastardly or Blue Falcon or whoever else it is. They don't care, and they're not going to care after that because I don't think there's going to be a Scoob 2. Very strong opinions about this. Very strong opinions. Simon Cowell isn't alive. No, there was a Paul McCartney situation because he was in that accident recently, wasn't he? Last year or so, he got into some sort of car crash, and he died, and he's dead now. And there's a different guy who is Simon Cowell now. Yeah, Scooby 2. I mean, that is good. They've already had a sequel to a Scooby Doo movie, and they didn't call it Scooby 2. I have mixed feelings about the live action Scooby Doo's as well. I think obviously Lillard is perfectly cast. I think there's a lot of great casting in it, but there's real ghosts, and I know what you're gonna say. All the Scooby Doo movies, even the earlier animated ones, always had a real paranormal element to it. That was what set them apart from the series, and I've never agreed with it. It's misunderstanding the entire point of the show. Why would you? It's gangster Tweety Bird again. You know, like if you want to make a Scooby Doo movie, why do you want there to be real ghosts? If you want there to be real ghosts, you don't really want to make a Scooby Doo movie, do you? Foghorn Leghorn, yeah, the judge is Foghorn Leghorn. All of that to say, the judge, Foghorn Leghorn, holds up a placard reading, how is diving scored? Is it out of 10, or is it like skating, where skating's out of a lower number, right? Skating out of 5? Do they do it at 5, but they do decimal points, something like that, don't they? Um, how is diving scored? This has to be accurate, because otherwise we're going to have people editing the goofs on IMDb, making us look like absolute fools, making us look like clowns. Yeah, I think it might be 10. Never been that into diving. I love swimming. Never been a big diving guy. The kids will understand all the references in this scene. I mean, I don't know that this is a kids movie, because up until this point it's been a divorce drama. But now from page 4 onward, we do have cartoon legend Foghorn Leghorn holding up a placard. It is 1 to 10. Okay, well, it's an 8.5. Okay, it's an 8.5. It's not that good. I mean, that's pretty good. That's better than I would get. But I got to imagine if you're an Olympic competitive diver, 8.5 is not what you want to see. And I guess he just has a lot of placards. If he has every possible permutation that he could hold up. Okay, so hey Noel, how's it going? Yeah, that's the thing. There's no legal reason why we can't have Foghorn Leghorn as himself. In the same way that Simon Cowell, you don't need the approval of the production companies behind American Idol in order to have him in Shrek doing a spoof of his character on that show. We're going to be so famous and so millionaires. Yeah, we're screenwriting. You know me, I have two modes. I either change format every week, or else I find something that works quite well once and I milk it until it's dry. And screenwriting was fun last time, and it was good, and people liked it. So I'm just riding my own coattails on this one, just riding the wave of screenwriters. Foghorn Leghorn. I say. That was an okay dive. Squirrel. Okay. Just okay. Are you fucking kidding me? Dude? Get your fucking eyes checked. You are the piss of the world. Yeah, this is the way. This is how it goes. This is what we do. Well, look. I'm an artist, Seth. I can't be censored, okay? I can't be tamed. I can't get held back. Like Egg said, write what you know, okay? I'm a real McEnroe type, okay? I'm a McEnroe. I'm C2's McEnroe. And if I want a squirrel to tell Foghorn Leghorn that he's the piss of the world, that's just what's going to flow out of me. I'm doing unconscious writing right now, like the kid in Sixth Sense, a movie that I have said I saw quite recently, and so we'll be referencing for a little while. Yeah, everybody's saying this. Everybody's saying I'm the McEnroe of C2. I'm also confusingly the Bjorn Borg, which just speaks to the duality of man. Really, look, I contain multitudes. Okay, I can say it. I'm a big enough man to admit that. I contain multitudes. Within us all is a McEnroe and a Borg. And sometimes it's just a toss of a coin to say which one the world's going to see today. Yeah, synth is Nadal, absolutely. Egg is Steffi Graf. Null Kornikova, I want to say. Who are you? Describe them to me. See if I can tell you which tennis player you are based on your description in chat. I'm not a tennis guy. I'm not really a tennis guy. I like tennis fine. I do like tennis. Yeah. Tennis bad boy. Oh no. Tennis bad boy. We can't have two tennis bad boys on C2, can we? Unless, what if we're all the bad boys? What if that's our USP? Right, that's what sets us apart from all these other streamers. That there are no good cops. We're all the bad boys. We're all the McEnroes. We're all the Knicks. No, don't tell me that that Kornikova is before your time. There is, and in fact, Andre Agassi is married to Steffi Graf, who I called Egg in the first place. So there is something there, you know. That we're both sort of on the same wavelength in who Egg might be. I just found out the other day that Agassi has been bald his entire career, and that the famous mullet was a wig. Did you all know this? Did anybody know this? Am I the last person to find out? Because I'm always the last person to find out. But I just learned this the other day that throughout his televised appearances, he was wearing a wig. It was crazy because that was like his thing. That's what he's known for. It's what he's known for. Like imagine if it turned out that McEnroe was actually a very sweet and calm and gentle soul and had never experienced anger in his entire life. That's what it feels like to find out that Agassi was bald. Yeah, you can be Navratilova. Yeah, absolutely. Another old school legend. I think a lot of players hate tennis. I think a lot of professional players hate tennis. Uh, Andy Murray 100% despises having to play tennis. You can see that every time he plays, the misery on his face, and in all his interviews, he does it because his mum loves it, right? His mum is a legendary tennis coach, right? And she got him into it. Obviously, it was important to her that her son become a tennis pro. He hates it. He doesn't want to be swinging that racket around. Yeah, he's always in such a bad way, isn't he? He's just in such a bad way. Always being asked about tennis, and there's just nothing he would like to talk about less. So welcome to the tennis stream. Somebody changed the stream topic so that we don't get in trouble. We're talking tennis today, which makes me regret having this be a diving scene when it clearly should be a tennis scene. Tennis is a very cinematic sport, I think, and it's weird to me that there aren't more tennis movies because there's been a few, right? There's been Wimbledon, there's Match Point, right, and there was Borg McEnroe, and that's pretty much it, right? No one even plays tennis, and it doesn't even have to be a film about tennis. I feel like tennis has a real like metaphorical quality to it. If you want to show two characters at odds with each other, if you want to show a violent, chaotic struggle between two characters in the underneath of them, have them play tennis against each other. There is a table tennis movie. What's it called? King of Pong. Is it called King of Pong? I don't think it's called King of Pong. It's called something like that. Yeah, definitely. Imagine an interpersonal like drama playing out. Imagine Kramer versus Kramer, but it's on the tennis court. The whole thing. It's a two-hander. It's literally a two-hander. Balls of Fury. Yeah, yeah, that's what I meant to say. There was a documentary about it as well, which I think has a name that is more similar to what I was thinking. Yeah, so learn to write with Mr. Pencil, and we're learning a lot about tennis and movies. And the good thing is I'm an expert in both, so I can answer all your questions on either. That's fine. By the end of this stream, you will not only be an award-winning screenwriter, but you will also be winning the Grand Slam. Um, yeah, yeah. This isn't even their backyard. This is like their neighbor's backyard, I guess. And a squirrel lives there. A squirrel lives next door. Exactly. Every shot in a tennis match tells a story, right? And that's a lesson for both screenwriting and tennis. You want to tell a story with everything you do, and you know a good script, like a good tennis match, has plenty of love in it, right? Has some matches, yeah, some points being scored, and hopefully a satisfying and or surprising resolution to it. It's all that has so much in common: tennis and screenwriting and relationships. Okay, so by the end of the stream, you're going to be an expert in screenwriting, tennis, and the affairs of the heart. Okay, because all three are inextricably linked, right? You cannot have one without the other two. All three of them are bonded cosmically. There's no avoiding that. That is a truth universally acknowledged. So yeah, we're in the backyard pool, quite close to our original pals. Oh yeah, that reminds me. That's what we were going to ask, Egg, wasn't it? The sound alert's still off because nobody's been able to assault me with sound alerts so far. So yeah, I guess we should be getting back to Zoggy, Piers. No, get down a line. What are you doing? Okay, Zoggy peers over the fence into his neighbour's yard. The squirrel, soaking wet, looks straight back into his eyes. Squirrel. Yeah? Zoggy. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. I just couldn't help but overhear your argument with your husband. Yes, correct. You're absolutely correct. Yeah, we're not scoring enough points. I said they have to score points, and what better point to score than a progressive point, than a woke point? Really get people riled up. Really get us some good press. If we can be the first film to pair a squirrel with Falcon Leghorn romantically. That's none of your business, Slick. Get back in your house before I cut you open and make a new set of blinds for my conservatory extension using your intestines. The squirrel marches back inside. Foghorn. Sorry about him. He's just having a hard time right now because the final heats to make the US Olympic diving team are tomorrow morning. Zoggy, I understand. That kind of stress would drive anyone to the brink. No, Frankenstein's not in this scene. Not yet. Maybe he'll come in a bit. Foghorn, thanks for being a good friend, Zoggy. And thanks for not... Oh. No? I'm not hearing anything. Oh, I see it. I heard it. That was a little delayed. It told me that it was coming a long time before I heard it. But hello there. When did we join prequel memes? When did that happen? That's cool. That's fun. You didn't hear it? I heard it. Oh, I know why you didn't hear it. I just heard it, but I don't know why you didn't hear it. Okay. Try it again. Someone else buy it for me. That should work now. That should be working now. Because I heard it, but I realized I didn't have it turned on so that you would be able to hear it. And thanks for not letting slip about our terrible secret. Zoggy turns as white as somebody give me something that's white. All right, collaboration. Hello there. You still didn't hear it? You serious? You cannot be serious. Right, let's oh, I don't know why. I just don't know why. You should be. Right, let's check my audio. Right, that's all that's good. That's all working fine. That's absolutely fine. The sun, sheep, the sun, the white hot sun. Okay. Turns as white as the sun. Sure. And why not? Well, look, I don't know what to tell you guys. You should be able to hear everything. Let me just flip scenes quickly, see if that's done anything. I doubt it has, but it might have. But it probably hasn't. But it might have. All right. Turns as white as the sun. Not so loud. Oh, I forgot about Barbara. I forgot about Barbara. We've got to bring Barbara back in. We need a bit more sex appeal. All right, get ready for it. I'm waiting. I can hear it. Why? It tells me the alert. So even I didn't hear it that time. Even I didn't hear it that time. But why? It's a mystery. It's a mystery, guys. I'm sorry. Uh, yeah. Frankenstein's still divorced from Barbara, so it is tricky because she now lives in where she lives, Santa Monica. Oh yeah, I suppose I haven't specifically said that this is in the present day again, which I do feel is important to clarify, overtly, explicitly, in a movie like this. Yeah, no, it didn't work that time, but it's fine. Um, okay, yeah. All right, that's a good point. It's present day from the squirrel dive. Do we though? Because that could have been years ago. Yeah, no. Okay, yes. All right. So it's the present day, but Frankenstein is about to reveal a secret of his own, which is a new babe. I don't know if I can. I mean, obviously, I'm running this masterclass and I am an expert. I don't know if I've got it in me to write a character sexier than Barbara. Yes, yeah. So the squirrel, we know. Uh, okay, and as before, I'm not going to go back and put that in. So Zoggy's just going to say, by the way, your husband, the squirrel, left his novelty 2020 glasses behind. He'll hate that he did that. He loves to outwardly display his knowledge of the current year. And this way, we didn't have to go back in our script. We didn't have to put a Chiron down at the bottom saying what year it was. Everybody now knows we're back in 2020. And I do feel I should point out that the year is not currently 2020, but perhaps the present day of this script is 2020. Maybe that's the case. Maybe so. Who knows? Just moving my mic a little bit there. Okay. What are we confused about? The current year? The current year is not 2020. I'm sorry. We're in 2021 now. Yeah, exactly. It's a period piece. It's very important. I was genuinely thinking about this earlier today. That if you want to write a story that doesn't have the pandemic play a part in how the characters behave, you kind of do have to explicitly make very recent period pieces, right? Because I was just thinking about a story that would involve people being out and about quite a lot. And I was like, well, either I set this in the future or I have my characters disregarding, you know, common sense, or else it has to be a period piece that takes place in like 2019 at the latest, because otherwise the story wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, it's exactly like 9/11, right? It's exactly like 9/11, where you yeah, you have to play some real like mental arithmetic games to try and get away with like, yeah, I think some of them do already. Some shows have gone really heavily into like long running serialized things, like, okay, so this takes place now in a world where COVID is happening, and that's just the way it is. But other things, you have to watch it and be like, well, when is this happening exactly? Because it seems to be the present day, and yet I haven't seen anyone wearing a mask. Like, nobody's in their home. Everybody's just going about, hanging out and working and doing normal things. It's an interesting time for art, I think, just in terms of the workarounds that you have to think about. Because it hadn't occurred to me. Because the thing I was thinking about earlier was an idea that has been floating around in my head for a little while, and I was just kind of revisiting it casually, and then I thought, well, this isn't a present day story anymore. It couldn't possibly be, because nobody would do the things that these characters are doing right now. Like, not sensible characters, not characters that I want to be likable. They wouldn't be engaging in this kind of thing. So yeah, this is a period piece. This is pre-pandemic 2020, right? And I know that the pandemic was already going on in early 2020, but it wasn't affecting everybody. We didn't know how big it was, how bad it was, what precautions needed to be taken. So yeah, if this is January 2020, uh, no, it's fine, Seth, because we haven't said where this takes place. Okay, we're establishing time, but we haven't established place yet. This could easily be in, I don't know, uh, you know, Las Vegas, California. Like, this could be in Barbados, where you can swim in January. Maybe it's a little cooler than it is in the summer months, but for people well adapted, it's or people not adapted. In fact, people who aren't used to the heat, and for them, even a California January is a pretty warm day for what they're used to. I could see myself swimming in a warmer part of the world in January. I can imagine. I'm imagining it right now, in fact, and I don't. It doesn't seem out of character for me. I think I would do that. So this is between January and March, let's say, of 2020. That seems fair. Um, Thank you, thank you very much. And in fact, have we kind of established? Well, no, we haven't. We know that Barbara's family is in Santa Monica, but we don't know that necessarily she was able to get there with ease. She might have had to fly there. She might have had to drive for 2 days to get there. There's no saying necessarily that it was an easy or quick trip. It could have been a long time away. Um, so we've written half a page so far in almost an hour of writing, but that's pretty good going. That's pretty good going. That just means that half a page is going to last half an hour on screen. So that's like a quarter of your movie done. Easy. Bang. Done. In the can. Frankenstein, and we don't need to shout that because we've already established that Frankenstein exists, so the reader's going to see that and go, oh yeah, Frankenstein, I know that guy. So Frankenstein comes out of the French doors. Feel like the tense is fucked up there, but that's fine. As I said, I'm an artist. I'm very James Joycean at times, so I like to play around with the English language. I'm a linguist at heart. Frankenstein comes out the French doors and stands. He just stands. I didn't know where I was going with that, and I don't like to press backspace during a masterclass because it makes me look weak in front of my students. Frankenstein. And I have just realised that I made Frankenstein talk earlier because I just typed F and then pressed enter, and Frankenstein came up rather than Faucon Leghorn. So I guess he was saying that from inside the French doors, because I'm not going to go back. So that's now Frankenstein's line. Congratulations to Adam Sandler for that extra line that you've just got due to my artistic process. Frankenstein. I have something to tell you guys a secret like you would never believe, not even in 1,000 years. Zoggy. Thinking. That's not how you do that in a script. Traditionally, you would put that it was a voiceover, but uh, it's done. It's done now. Maybe he's saying it out loud. Maybe he's soliloquizing. Maybe that's the reason for the format change. I hope it's not the same secret as the one me and Foghorn have. That secret is truly terrible, and nobody would believe that in 1,001 years. Whoa, hold on, not touching my mouse, hold on. Oh, you're not going to be able to hear
RB
this, are you?
alert. RB alert. Hey
Maybe you
everybody.
are.
It's
Maybe
an
you are.
RB alert.
Not sure. What's up, everyone? Tu ring ping myopa. Yeah, he's got his hand on his chin. That's how you know that he's thinking. Welcome, RB. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the masterclass. I'm teaching everybody three things: screenwriting, tennis, and love. And I'm all out of love. Frankenstein. My secret is ... And this is actually a really good way to build tension. Okay, a little screenwriter trick. You can tell your actors what to do, and some actors, some writers don't like to do this in the script. They don't like to have parentheticals in their script. They don't like to overuse punctuation because some people believe it's not the writer's job or even the director's job to dictate a performance. To tell an actor how they should be interpreting a line, how they should be reading it. I disagree. I think, and I'm allowed to say this, having worked as an actor, actors are just the stupidest people on the planet. They're props, they're objects, they're puppets to be moved around at your will. If you have a vision, you are the creative in this. You have the vision, and it's not up to any snot-nosed actor to change that vision, to tell you how their character would react to something, because you know it, because you wrote it, you invented this character. You say to that actor, you call them by their character's name, and you say, I created you out of ink and paper. I wrote you into existence, and I will write you out of existence if you do not say it, brackets, surly. Okay, you are being surly in this scene, right? You're not throwing this away. Okay, I don't care what you act. I don't care what Anthony Hopkins told you about this. I don't care what John Cassavetes said about not playing the emotion that is obvious. Never, humans never actually showing the emotion that they're feeling. That they're a mask, that they're a hidden depth. Because I'm telling you that this character is surly, and so you will say this in a surly manner, or so help me, I will erase you. I will destroy you. You will never work in this town again. And you say that, and you be reading it off of a script too. You've had this prepared. You've written this down, as Egg is doing. You've written all of this down verbatim, and you will read it off of a script. And then afterwards, you'll fold the paper and you put it back in your pocket, and you will say, "That's how it's done." In fact, and then you'll unfold it again, and you'll show them that it says in the parentheticals exactly the emotion that you were just expressing, and you'll say, "That's how you do it." You read the script as it's written. Look, I believe that these tips belong to the people. Okay, I'm like the masked magician. I don't think these things should be hidden away. I think it's very important. Look, it's important to me that I'm not going to be around forever. Okay, sure, I'm a legend now. Sure, I'm an iconic figure in Hollywood now, but I'm not going to be around forever. And if I don't get to training the next generation of screenwriter, what standard of screenwriter are we going to be left with? You know, it's like when you watch modern day like adult cartoons, and they're all clearly written. Or sometimes you watch modern Simpsons either, right? Simpsons with obviously a big history behind it, and you watch it, and it's very clear that the people writing now are people in their 20s who grew up watching Family Guy, and that's what they've absorbed. And now everything's gone round. That Simpsons is now just written by people who learned to write cartoons from watching a lesser thing, right? And I don't want to be responsible for that. And I would feel responsible, because all it takes for evil to prosper is for a good man to do nothing. And so I feel like it's my duty to teach the next generation the right way, just to ensure that the next generation knows what the right way is. Because I fear for our children. I fear for our children having to watch the content put out by people who've been learning screenwriting from the Aaron Sorkin masterclass, or from the Kevin Spacey masterclass, or from the Martha Stewart masterclass, right? If you're watching these masterclasses expecting to come out on top as a screenwriter, that's a dereliction of my duty, of my responsibility. And I will not do that, okay? We all have a responsibility to each other to provide what we can, to share our knowledge, to share our resources. Okay, that is the way that society, that civilization will continue. That is the way that we thrive as a people. And this is my gift. Okay, it's this and tennis and seduction. And I will teach you everything I know about all three until the day that I die, which could be any moment now. Any moment now. Hi, Super Jazz. Hi, Islanders Mike. Welcome. Welcome to the end of the stream. This is the speech portion. This is the soapbox portion. Arby, you're welcome. Seth, you're welcome. Everyone, you're welcome. I know I'm sorry. I know I'm sorry. But where could I go from here? I mean, as you can see from the page that we're on, we've written. I'll show you where we were yesterday, or last time. Last time we were here, right? This is the last line that we wrote on the last stream. Okay, not sure why I've done that. This is the last line that we wrote, and this is where we got up to today. So yeah, Zoggy becomes white. Not, there's no value judgment attached to that. I think so too. Yeah, I think this is where the scene ends. My secret is, and that's a perfect time, because you should constantly be adding in twists and turns, right? Any good screenwriter teacher will tell you that there are points there that you need to add these beats in, these twists and these turns and these little bits of mystery and intrigue. Yeah, Zoggy becomes white as the sun. Zoggy turns as white as the sun because they're talking about terrible secrets. So yeah, now we cut to interior. Barbara's house. No, well, Barbara's mum's house, I guess, because Barbara's house is empty right now. We've established that right from the very first page. But that is it. That is it. That's the perfect ending point. And see what I've done? I've left you wanting more, because now you know this is like the next time on. You know that the next time we come back to this, we're going to be in Barbara's mum's house. And you know what's in Barbara's mum's house is Barbara. We're going to get to see modern day Barbara. Will she live up to young Barbara? We'll find out. We'll find out soon enough. Frankenstein often carries Chekhov's gun. Correct. To be continued. Yeah, exactly. What's Barbara's mum's name? To be continued, right? To be established, to be decided later. TBD, TCB. That's all we've got time for today. I think we've got some extra shows coming up. I'm not sure. I think we've got a warp zone. I think we might have a fantasy flight. I'm sure you can bother Null and Arby about that in the chat or in the Discord to find out whether I'm right or wrong on that. But otherwise, that's it for me this week. Excellent. Warp zone is on. Confirmation. They'll be coming up in a few hours. We're going to take a little break now in the schedule. Yeah, Warp Zone and Fantasy Flight on tonight. What a night! Oh, what a night! As the Jersey Boys maybe once sang. That's cool. I can't wait. I keep missing Fantasy Flight because it's on very late for me now. But I might. Depends. We'll see. If I'm awake, I'm there, or else I'm asleep and I'm square. But I'm gonna run away now. Thank you for joining me for another masterclass. I'm Maiko. This is my masterclass, and remember, as always, to be kind to. Oh yeah, does anybody here worship God? I did say I was gonna get kicked off the chat today. Yes. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night skies are like shooting stars? Right? Am I the only one who thinks this? Am I the only one who thinks we should be doing this? Thank you for the applause. You can't hear it because something's gone wrong, but thank you for the applause. Yeah, I thought Greg took his ban very well today. He bounced back without even a comment about it. Did he even notice? Maybe not. But I am going to sign off. I promise. I am going to sign off. Yeah, you hear about this? You hear about this? You hear about these airplanes that are turning into wishes in the night sky? Could really use a wish right now. God, could I use a wish right now? I am going to sign off, I promise. So remember, as always, to be kind to every version of yourself throughout the multiverse. And I love you all, and I will see you, hold on, next week, and in the chat, and in the Discord, and also on the flip side. So yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's infectious. It's infectious. See you guys. Bye. I'm going now. Goodbye.